office here. My office will be in that new lighthouse building in about 3-4 months. But today we're at 10 Middle Street, and happy to meet with anybody and show anyone what we're doing. It's so important to the city. Yes.
I'm just curious about, so many projects have come to Bridgeport over the past 20, 30 years.
I've been here for 18.
Okay, and Probass, thank you so much, and Chipotle, I go there all the time, I love it, I think it's fabulous. But Bridgeport's had the ability in the past to destroy any creative process. And I'm just, how do you think you're gonna not get the bullet?
Well, so everyone knows in this room, I own and control all the property there, both where this would be going as well as Steel Pointe. On Steel Pointe, we are fully entitled for 3 million square feet of mixed-use development. And so the way I did my zoning is so that I can't let them come back and get in the way of that. I'm fully entitled. I do not have another public hearing for that project. So when I have a tenant, or I have a residential builder, or I have Bass Pro or hotel, Hilton, it's funny part. I own a couple of Hiltons. All of a sudden, I team up with MGM, and Hilton sends me a Hilton owner's card. But so it just shows that everyone's paying attention.
Infinity is that in the handicap spot?
The Infinity and the handicap spot.
Yeah, you just move it real quick so I don't take the car out.
Infinity and the handicap?
Blue Infinity, yeah. Thank you. Let's take it back here. Thank you.
Okay.
But no, so I'm aware of what's going on. I've been here for 18 years, working through this project. The only difference was I lived in Miami Beach. Now I live here. I work it every day. I'm very involved with the politics. I'm very involved with the town, with the legislation. And so, you know, we are fully entitled and nothing can come our way. We purchased the Director's Shipyard that was bankrupt.
Yeah.
We purchased that, and I'll give you a little breakdown. So it had a well where they launched a boat to 64 feet wide. It was too big. You can only handle boats 200 feet, 300 feet. That has no effect on anybody in this room. You know, so what we did is we put a spur in them, not in the middle, but off. And then we bought 2 travel lifts, so we can handle boats now from 20 feet to 150 feet. And we can handle the local market. And then now enliven that with our tenant is out of Mystic Shipyard in Noe. And so that place is re-energized. We took a lot of the contaminated soil that was on the property. We've gotten rid of all of that properly now, and then we flatten out that parcel. And the other important part about MGM is where they are programmed to go is not on Steel Pointe. That's always a misnomer. Everyone's like, they're going to take over Steel Pointe. That's not correct. They're going to cross the Elmo River on a site that we call Seaview. It's in the East End. It is a challenge site. It is the old Carpenter Steel site. It is a brownfield. It is a great, and what we were tasked to do with that site from the city, when we won that RFP, was bring grocery store, or bring entertainment. We had Dave & Buster's, we had movie theaters, we had several different like fast food chains and things like that. By doing this just raises the whole bar for everybody. And the more that anyone in this room can support, and even in the whole state, can support a city like Bridgeport, and it takes the weight of Bridgeport off the back of the rest of the city. So it's how do we encourage and how do we help Bridgeport get to that next level, and that's why I'm here.
Yes.
I have a question about the legislation, which I didn't really know anything about it, but if legislation that would support this goes through, would it be considered something more of a spot approval for a site just designed like this, or is it a passage of legislation which would allow a similar casino in Waterbury, New Haven, Danvers, you name it, Arthur?
Yeah, it's a proper RFP process built, and so if it is green lighted, then a respondent will come and say, this is the land that I want to build on, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hire this many people and X, Y, Z. So it could be for anywhere in the state.
Okay.
When we are in Stanford, when we are in New Haven, they're like, well, why doesn't MGM want to build here? And we just think we have the best site here in Bridgeport. But yes, it could be anywhere in the state.
It's a completely open bidding process. It's not just Bridgeport. This is obviously being biased. That's where I wanted to go. But it can go anywhere. And that's what the is, open bidding process.
Yeah,
And
everybody,
what's best for Connecticut.
everyone thinks it's the MGM bill. It is not. We just want it to pass so that we can put our bid on the table. It is an open process bill.
What about the slot revenue that will be shut off from the Indians? Can you address that?
So this first part of the bill, it is a two-part bill. The first part does not cut off revenues. It does not violate the compact, and it would not cut off the payments from the tribal casinos because it does not grant a license. It grants an RFP process. The second part, if the legislature feels that this a proposal is best for the state, and they decide to move forward, then that would then grant a license. And then at that point, the tribal casinos say that they would stop their payments or what have you. But
Just so also, the whole sports betting thing, under their definition, breaks the compact.
yeah,
The sports betting.
so sports betting,
The sports betting bill that was passed by, I guess, the Supreme Court about a year ago, or a little under a year ago, that is a major initiative with the state, and that by itself breaks the compact. It's not just this proposal and going forward with the RP, it's the whole gamut. It's sports betting as well, breaks what they believe to be their sole right.
yeah, so I'll just explain that. So the Supreme Court ruled, I believe back in May, that states, it's up to the states if they would like to authorize sports betting. That's betting on games, either mobile or there's what they call in-play betting, where if Tom Brady hurts himself, God forbid, that you could change your bet and you can then go for the other team or the amount that you're betting or what have you. And so it's a multi-million-dollar business. A few states authorized it as soon as the Supreme Court allowed for it, like New Jersey, Mississippi, and others. And so now a lot of states, including Connecticut and New York, are going to be looking at this coming session. And so the issue is that the two tribal casinos, because of the compact, feel that they are entitled to any type of gambling that comes about, sports betting, a new casino, casinos on commercial land, and what have you. However, back when the compact was made, they could have never foreseen what gambling is now, right? And so we have the last Attorney General Jepsen opined that this bill would not break the compact, the first part, and it was also opined that the sports betting bill would break the compact. So anything we have to do between sports gambling and the granting of a third casino would bring the compact up for conversation and negotiation. So it's going to be an interesting session, and I hope that you all pay attention to it and really follow what's going on.
If I could add that, as the forecasted contribution to the state of Connecticut from this project as designed is estimated to be about plus or minus $200 million a year, which is roughly even to where the two tribes contribute today.
There you go.
The two tribes are
That's
facing
it.
incremental competition, not just in Springfield, but the big one is Boston, opening up in June of this year. And so there's quite a bit of concern that the state will continue to see decline revenue coming from the tribes because of the slot machine component of the compact. The Bridgeport project can be a very handsome endeavor for the state of Connecticut, and that's being looked at. There is a period of time, though, that you bring up that perhaps a license is awarded, and then it takes 30 months to build the project out, and they're prepared to work through that and deal with that and make sure that Connecticut's not adversely impacted.
Yeah, part of the RFP bid proposal, respondents will have to speak to how they would cover that gap. So, and so back in 2007, there was no way that we could be up here. The tribes contributed about $430 million a year to the state, and it's steadily declining. Like I said, 25 years ago, between all of the, on the eastern seaboard, it was just Atlantic City and the tribal casinos. And now you see ones in Rhode Island and Massachusetts, and like Carolyn said, Boston is the big one coming in June. It's a $2.4 billion project. A lot of their patrons come from Boston area. Yes.
So this is for you. If this does not happen, do you have a plan B?
Yeah, I go back to the original plan A, so the movie theater, David Buster's, that type of program.
Retail.
Retail.
And some residential?
Not on that site, not possible.
But the site is gonna be developed, no
The site
matter
will-
what.
No matter what, the site will be developed. Yeah, no matter what, that site will be developed, because
Okay.
I don't make any money. So it will be developed, I promise you. The other thing we did, that we're doing actively, is we're working with Vineyard Wind for the, which is kind of energizing the port from a different angle, is constructing those large wind turbines for the bid off of Martha's Vineyard. This is about 800 megawatts that they won in Massachusetts bid. So it's being activated in different ways, but yes, it will be developed.
One last question?
Sorry, if this had to be voted on today, what is your feeling with how the legislators,
Okay.
because you kind of have all of
Okay, I don't
us
have you.
excited about economic, great positive feelings and results for Bridgeport, but it's really a process and it's timely. Oh, okay, so 2 years or whatever. But if this had to be voted on today, like what is our job? What could we do? I get the legislators, but are you at like 30% now? Like where do you, if we had to vote today?
John, you wanna? Why don't you have John answer?
We have John, who was a longtime legislator, and can help us. I will say that the first part of it, getting out of committee, we feel really good. We have two of our big proponents of expansion who are chairing that committee. And so,
John, real quick, I had this conversation, I personally taken it upon myself to meet with every legislator that will come and visit with me and keep an open mind and look at the development and walk through it and understand it. And I would say probably 98% of people that come down and see it, understand it, feel the same way as you do, because they see it, they understand where it's going and what it means, and it's not trying to hurt anybody, it's trying to just grow the region. So it's good, positive economic development.
Prior to helping MGM, I was the mayor of Stratford for 8 years, and I was in the legislature through 13. This past year, we had a bill that actually passed the House of Representatives. It was within the last week of session, and it was on a Friday, and the bill passed 77 to 73. Then it went to the Senate, and we basically ran out of time because session ended the following Wednesday. Our sense is that we have a better opportunity right now. People are looking at what's going on in the region and in Connecticut. Revenues are declining from gaming. This is an opportunity, in my opinion, to get the best bang for the buck for the taxpayers. This is huge for Bridgeport, not only from a job perspective, from a tax revenue generating perspective, but also to have an opportunity to look at our gaming laws again and really get the best deal and the most revenue we can for the gaming operation. So looking at the legislature right now, it has changed. We had an election this past November. We have a new governor who's very business-minded and is looking for revenue. So in my opinion, he's going to be looking for the best deal for the state of Connecticut. And you have legislators also looking for revenue. And when they're looking at this proposal, we're starting to see more people come on board, opening their eyes and getting more information, but saying, hey, look, this is a good idea. They should have an opportunity for an open bid process. And by the way, right now, the Indians have what we call a duopoly, or monopoly. On gaming. I don't know anyone that has a monopoly, because I can tell you, I'm sure there's a lot of real estate offices here in Fairfield, in the area, that would love to have a monopoly on selling real estate. But that's illegal, and it's not allowed, because we believe in competition. You should be able to provide your customers the best service possible, and the best information possible to make a good decision. Gaming is the same way, and the reality is gaming is changing in our region. It's happening very fast. There is competition, and Connecticut should be part of that. So we're very optimistic about the legislation council.
Also, it's exciting to have a Fortune 300 company want to come to Connecticut. I mean, you can't take that.
Could you imagine having a client come in and you finally have a place to send them? I know the Del Mar is a beautiful hotel. But, you know, I was talking to a former executive at General Electric, and he was out of Georgia, and he used to bemoan the fact to have to come to Fairfield. He said, you know, Fairfield's a beautiful town. He said, why? And he said, well, I either get stuck on the campus or I'm at the Shoma Marriott, there's nothing to do. But thinking about business executives or even family members or friends coming in from out of town for a party or a wedding or any celebration, you now have an option where you can put them in a 4-star hotel where there's something to do and it's exciting. So that's something to think about also.
Thank you so much.